You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. And if you're watching us from YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share with everybody you know. And our YouTube page is YouTube at National. That's NATIONOLE. And then for IGX and all the other links, we on Linktree. That's Linktree/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. And if you want to go straight to the source for the latest episode and all the finest merchandise, you can check us at national.com. That's NATIONOLE.com. Log on.
Yeah,
all
man.
Right.
Big spelling podcast around here.
Yes, sir. Oh man. So
it was so much more fun last week, huh?
Yeah, it was, man.
You poured celebratory drinks out here.
Mm-hmm.
It was party time.
You said it best. It's a week by week thing, man. Every week we gotta reconvent and see what the hell happened, you know. Good, bad, ugly. I guess that's what keeps us in business, though, eh?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I guess
they
keep giving us something to talk about.
That's right. I guess we obviously care. Like you could just tell when you watch back on these episodes or when you listen back, however you choose to consume. Like you see our moods and after wins and losses, and it's real. You know,
yeah.
This week's extra too because the Bucks took a tough loss. On top of that, you know, so we'll talk about that a little bit. But honestly, I didn't watch any football all day. I flew up to New York yesterday, spent the day with my mom. It was her birthday.
Nice. How's she doing?
She's well. She's doing very well. We had a great time. Good. She asked about you. She talked about the show. It was cool.
Nice.
It was very cool. So I get back to my hotel just in time. You know, I kind of timed it all out. You know, get back to my hotel just in time for this Florida State Clemson game, and I see some of these other scores. I'm like, ACC is crazy, bro. ACC
is wow with it, bro. Like, oh my goodness, man, like. This is the year, bro. Like, I hate it because, you know, the ACC doesn't, you know, SEC bias people always talk about that. But it's like this year, not only do you have us beating each other, you got situations where teams have beaten or had close games with SEC teams that are losing to or having close games with juggernauts and stuff, man. So it's just all up in the air, man. But nonetheless, our conference is just... You know, well, we'll get into our game a minute, though, bro. But outside of, us and Clemson, man, Virginia got their first loss. That was shocking, to say the least, bro. By Wake Forest, of all the teams, you know? Yeah. So it's like, you know.
We were looking at the top 25 before the standings before the show, and there's 5 ACC teams in there. Not called Florida State either. But not us, but 5 ACC teams in the top.
Yeah. We got Pittsburgh, Virginia, Louisville, Miami, and Georgia Tech. Wow. Loaded, man. And even South Florida. And then James Madison is ranked number 24.
It's wild. It's not Florida State, is what it is. It blows me away. It blows me away.
Shout out to James Madison, man.
Yeah,
Y'all doing
absolutely,
something right, man.
absolutely. A few years after homie leaves and goes to Indiana, look. You're still with it, man. You're still doing your thing. Bravo.
Crazy.
Indiana at 2 is wild too.
Yeah, Indiana at number 2 is wow.
How's this going to play out in the ACC? There's only a few games left. I mean, everybody only has 2 conference games left. I think maybe somebody has 3 or something. A couple of teams have 3, but is Georgia? It's Georgia Tech and
Georgia Tech is leading right now. They're 8-1. So if they win out, they're pretty much in.
Yeah, they're in.
Virginia is right behind them. 5-1 in conference. Georgia Tech is 5-0, and then you got Pittsburgh. They got a couple more games. SMU has a couple more games. Duke and Louisville.
Somehow is there going to be 2 ACC teams in the playoffs though? Because yes, there's 5 ACC teams in the top 25, but there are not so many in the top 10.
Right.
What I'm saying?
Right. I don't know. It depends on how the year plays out, bro. It's too much more football left to say it, because you never know if next week one of the top 15 teams could lose and drop down, and then we get catapulted up, or we can knock ourselves out of it. So I can see a situation where Miami, with them being outballed but still ranked, falls up to within the top 10.
I was just thinking that.
Spots.
You could kind of luck out and be the team that's outside of the championship game and still end up in the playoffs when the team that loses the championship game isn't, or would.
Yep.
Wild. It's there's still a lot up for grabs in the conference in these last few weeks. That's great. That's what the conference wants. That's the whole point in restructuring the playoffs in such a in the way they have, is that all this stuff really matters, late in the season.
Is this the year with 16, or are we still doing the 12?
No, it's 12.
Okay. So, cool. It's going to get mad wild when they get to 16 then, man.
Yeah.
That's wow. Yeah.
I love it that there's games on, home campuses, and it's good shit. It's good. It's going to be fun. Awesome. I wish we were involved. Once again, I wish we were involved. A couple years in a row, we've kind of been on the outside looking in, and it's just not fun.
While we're in this alternate reality of,
let's get it over. Let's rip the Band-Aid
24. Just imagine if we had this playoff system for like the 90s up through the early 2000s, bro. All of those teams that we had, man. Like, imagine them, man. Like, even if we could have did the top 4 or top 8, like, we would have been,
we dominated that BCS era. We were in there all the time. We won. We were great then. If they would have had any way to settle it on the field, Bobby would have loved that. Uncle Bobby would love that. Love that. He would have had the guys ready, man.
Oh man.
So 10-24. We got to talk about it.
Yes, we do. That's why we're here.
Their defense had signs of life. They were playing very fast. They were playing very well. I got to give credit where credit's due. Clemson. I don't know if their offense had a good week or we made them look good, but this was the first time this season where the quarterback kind of looked like he had a handle on the game. They didn't look like they were amazing. They obviously didn't blow us out, they played like a competent, solid, football team. I don't know what that says about us, though. Like, we could have just made them look good,
Like before the game, I was saying we're very, very evenly matched when you look at the competition. The only difference between the two is they were a bit more disciplined and a bit more consistent offensive-wise. Because you look at us, like, we shot our fucking selves in the foot on the offense. How many drop passes was it? You know what I mean? And that could have just changed everything or whatever.
Yeah, there were touchdown touchdown, receptions missed that were just missed.
Yeah.
And there were some balls that were overthrown, and then there were some balls that were thrown well that were not
touched
caught.
your hands and just not caught. Yeah.
Both. There were errors on both sides of that equation.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I see all sides of it. Like Norvell wasn't out there, dropping those balls and not making those plays. Good plays was being drawn, but then at the same time, like I was talking with Donald about it, I feel like a little bit of the reason why we don't make those catches is because we don't build any momentum. Like you talk to Bobby, we were just talking about the old days with Bobby Bond, what he always talk about. You got to get that momentum, and like offense, when you do those things, you think, and this is a good point I brought up.
Yeah.
When you think of the years that we won those championships, whether it was Ward, Winkie, or Winston, what was our offense doing? Building the rhythm. You get a catch. Let's get this. You get a run. You get this. With the gimmicky offense that we have is too, boom, 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 boom. Okay, end around this. It doesn't build any momentum, any continuality where you're a receiver and it's like, okay, I ran this route this many times, so boom, I'm getting it. I'm ready for it or whatever. Yeah. Now it's just, okay, we need you to make this catch third down, and out of nowhere, after doing all this gimmicky stuff, is it that? Because it's bigger than just this weekend, and not blame that on Norvell, because this is the same shit we were seeing last year with a whole crew of different people that we had on our team. You know what I mean? Only this time we know that they can do it. They're just not doing it. So after habitually seeing that, that's when you have to put it on the coach,
a pattern. We're seeing a pattern, and it's a shitty one. And the other side of the ball is the same, right? We're seeing the same thing we've talked about all season, where they're not getting people to the ground when they're making contact, and that's not on brand for Florida State, right? We've always had a defense that has enjoyed tackling, and it just doesn't seem like they enjoy tackling.
I agree, man. But I also have to face the reality right now, man, is that we have to stick with Norvell through the ugliness that's to come, because I don't think if we do get rid of Norvell, there isn't no one that we can hire now that can do what he's doing now that's proven. I don't know. It's going to be a huge gamble. I just don't see it. There's too many job openings, too many big universities with big money and don't have his buyouts and everything we got going. So we're going to have to stick with him. And
I did make a half a joke last episode about Cliff Kingsbury. That wouldn't make me miserable. That wouldn't make me miserable at all. But there's so many potential bad hires out there right now. There's it's a minefield, man. It's a real minefield. It's I'm with you. Like, let's just settle for the devil we know, and if it's not working, we got to have them on a quick hook next year and be the first ones to market next, the first ones shopping next season, next pool, next applicant pool.
Yep. And I'm hoping, in the optimistic view of it, this is the first year with a new offensive coordinator, first year with a new defensive coordinator, first year with a new freaking team.
Look at you with the glass half full.
Look at you with the glass half full. I'm trying, man. So, maybe we need those freshmen that are playing now to get that experience of playing together and rally the troops again next year with another class of freshmen to come in, because what I am seeing now is at least we are getting the impact freshmen, like the running back Kromov that we got, and Boggs, the receiver that we got.
Those two twins seem to
on defense, the Desert twins, right. So we're laying the foundation for the future. So hopefully that continuality with those players playing together, because think about it, that 13-0 team had to go through some shit the year before when we had that 3-game losing streak, and that was with JT at quarterback. So sometimes it takes going through those hard times, because the good side is too, we've been losing, but we ain't been getting smash face like last year or whatever. we've been pretty much in every game. Even last game, it was what 24-10, and it was so much left on the field with all the drop plays and stuff or whatever, miscues and stuff, whatever. So that's being optimistic with it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate your optimism. I'm gonna do my very, very best to share it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, now we'll talk about on Thursday's show. We'll talk about this coming weekend and Virginia Tech, a team that very much is in that minefield, who could potentially make a bad hire this offseason just because they feel the pressure of having to get a name or make a splash, and you got to be careful, man. You don't want to get stuck with Brian Kelly.
Oh, don't get stuck with Brian Kelly.
Oh God, it's someone's gonna fucking do it, bro. He's gonna be a UMass or whatever. You know what I mean? He's gonna be at somewhere.
James Madison. You never know.
God, don't do that to them. They're doing so well.
They're doing good. Yeah.
There were, there were a couple other games that we talked about, that weren't involving ACC teams. Actually, we talked about the Texas A&M at Missouri game. The Texas A&M was a 7-point spread. We both were kind of leaning that way. I didn't pull the trigger on that bet. But on the episode, I was talking about how, if I'm betting here, A&M is getting it. They're the better team. They're rolling right now, and especially with younger players, it's easy to forget how to lose. And you go out there and just kind of start. You just talked about what we don't have: momentum, right? A&M has momentum. They've been rolling this year. They're feeling good. Their fans are dialed in, and their coaches are dialed in, and the players just get to go be players. It's great. It's impressive to watch, and when all's said and done, they might have a say in who ends up, at national championship. They literally might be. I can't believe I'm saying it, but it could very well be a Texas A&M in the national championship game.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Missouri, it didn't even look bad. They just didn't look nearly as good of a team as Texas A&M looked, right? And I just saw highlights. So when you see highlights, you don't always see everything, but it seemed like they were, the other game we talked about, and we were confident on it, and I did pull the trigger. It's my only action on Saturday. Texas Tech. They were getting 10.5. Jammed that heavy. I was flirting with the money line. I was thinking about putting a little something on it, and I didn't. I just jammed the plus 10. I wish I had done the money line. That was a big number. But they won the game at home, 29-7. Serious business, huh? That's serious business. See, the thing is, there's other teams that are spending their NIL money better than we are.
Yeah.
It makes it hard. It makes it hard to watch.
Yeah.
But it's nice to win money on it, even if I didn't get to watch the actual game. It's very nice to win money. Shout out to anybody else who hopped on that one. That was a good one.
Yeah. If to say something about that, the trend that I'm seeing that's different is I'm seeing a lot, and it's not just us. I'm seeing Florida State, Florida, fucking LSU, Georgia, Alabama. All of these top schools are getting these top recruits, but they're paying them all these money, and a lot of it is ego is coming with that shit. Versus the Texas Techs and the SMUs, they're getting the people that have already fell off of their high horse from those universities to come there and play, or the hungrier person coming out of high school that's, I got this money and, this is not Texas, but this is Texas Tech. Let's get it done. More blue collar or whatever.
Yeah. It's, I don't know if that's it or if there's a real serious attitude kind of in place that when those guys show up, they're just falling into a system. Everything's rolling there. Whereas it seems like we're trying to cater to who we're bringing in rather than bringing in the right people to add to what we're doing. And that's not really how you want to do it. Now I understand there's been coaching change the last few years, and that's obviously going to impact continuity. But we wouldn't have that coaching change if shit was working. So whatever. Makes me sad, bro. Makes me sad. Let's talk. We'll talk more about it Thursday, but let's get into some happy shit. Because there are Knowles that are doing very well, and they happen to be professionals and alumni.
Really? Yeah. The
So
pro knows, you mean?
Let's do a little pro Knoll report.
Nice.
First off, our guy Luke Clinton teed it up this weekend. It was the Worldwide Technology Championship at El Cardinal Diamante in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. He did not win. He tied for 46, 14 under par on the 4 rounds, and he was tied for 46. The winner of the tournament, Ben Griffith, was 29 strokes under par. I guess that course is Gettable Greens. Well, yeah, I guess that's an easy course because that's amazing. But I like seeing him out there. The more he's playing in this, they call it the wraparound season, the more experience he has before the stakes get ratcheted up come the turn and the start of the new year. So let's talk about basketball. All right. Big weekend because it was Friday night. Almost everybody played because it was the beginning of the NBA Cup. And so that's they everybody had kind of group play in the cup. So our guy Terrence Mann on the Pistons, they took a tough L on the Nets. They took a tough L to the Pistons. He had 3 assists, 3 points in 22 minutes. It's his worst night of the season. I don't like seeing that. He had been, for the most part, a high point on that team. So let's just chalk it up to an off night and expect him to bounce back. The Nets are 1-8. They still only have 1 win. The Washington Wizards up to 2 wins. They're 2-8. They had a win over Dallas and then a loss to Milwaukee Bucks, but still no minutes for our guy Jameer Watkins. This since kind of middle of October or early in October, just those few games that he's all he played. Another kind of situation I don't get. Bad news for a pro Knoll. Jonathan Isaac down in Orlando. Orlando Magic are 4-5. They did have a huge win over Boston this weekend. But Jonathan Isaac had only played 5 minutes, 3 points, 1 rebound. It's he doesn't seem to be in the rotation, we'll say. A couple injuries in his past, and he just, maybe lost half a step or a full step, and it just, never really, or maybe he's just still.
I think it's just depth at this point. They got that youth movement going in Orlando, so
they do have a lot of players there, and in a weird way now he's the vet. The locker room. Yeah.
There you go. Veteran
there might be value in that in other ways,
So definitely, bro. Every team need a vet, man.
Yeah. Well, north of the border, the Toronto Raptors, they are now 5-5 on the season, but our guy Scotty Barnes just continues to roll. They had a win against the Atlanta Hawks Friday night. Like I said, first round of the NBA Cup. They in that game, Scotty Barnes, 14 points, 10 rebounds, a couple 4 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Literally every stat line, right? Everything. Yeah. That was Friday night. Saturday night they lost to the 76ers. Yeah, great start to the year for the Sixers. In that game, he had 18 points. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Again, just hitting all the notes, So I, look for Scotty Barnes, all-star team potential, doing his thing. Like if he keeps this up, maybe second team, all NBA kind of conversation at the end of the year. This has been a great start to the season, and he's a big part of, that team. We'll see what that team becomes later on in the season. But
see what that team become, what his career becomes, because I want to see what he do with that next contract. Because he's going to re-sign in Toronto and try to put a team around him, or you never know, man. He could be that championship piece.
If I'm fill in the blank team, kind of, I don't know. Let's say one of the big teams takes an L or takes an injury somewhere. I might make a call to Toronto and see if I can't trade for him, or if I'm a team that feels like they're a piece away. Come late January, that's the kind of player you want to call, and you might be able to get if Toronto feels like they, maybe he doesn't want to live in Canada for some reason or whatever. If they feel like there's not a feature there. Part of an in-season deal. Okay, 2 more in basketball, and then we'll move on. The Bulls, great start to their season. They had a tough weekend, though. Back-to-back L's for Chicago after a hot start. 6-3, 6-3 now on the season. Patrick Williams in the loss on Friday night at Milwaukee. He only had 6 points and 6 rebounds. Saturday night lost to Cleveland at Cleveland again, back-to-back road games. Had 11 points and a rebound, 2 assists. He's when it's going well, he's a part of it going well. So you got to assume that if they're not in the L's, sorry, it's partially because
putting points up, double digits. That's something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Contributing on the NBA level is fucking awesome job. Awesome, absolutely amazing. Fraction of 1% of basketball players in the planet right now. That's the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, there's only one pro Noel. It is our guy, Devin Vassell, on the San Antonio Spurs. Right back to their winning ways. They had a pair of them this weekend. Their Spurs are 7-2. Wemby and the Spurs are 7-2. Win on Friday night against the Houston Rockets. 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals for Vassell. It's a nice stat line. And then Saturday night, win versus New Orleans, 16 points, 2 rebounds, and a block. He does his job, man. He does his job. Let's talk about the NWSL. Unless you wanted to talk a little shit about the Lakers, winning, even being undermanned, or LeBron about to come back, or anything. Did you get anything
good.
out? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't want to talk too much because Alabama.
I already did that song. NWSL. Florida State and their alumni sort of run the league. I mean, it's that simple.
Yep, straight like that.
Yep, it's that simple. This weekend was the quarterfinals for the playoffs. On the losing side are Christina Roque, who is the goalkeeper, one of the goalkeepers on Racing Louisville. I don't think she dressed this weekend. Yeah, she did not. She did not dress. She's on the team, but she did not dress. That's probably why Racing Louisville lost to number 2 Washington Spirit. It was 1-1. They lost 3-1 in penalties, but Washington Spirit won. On that Washington Spirit side is Casey Kruger, in Spirit actually. They in that win they advance to go to next week's semifinals. She is off on maternity leave, but obviously they are playing for her. So that's very cool. Other action this weekend in the quarterfinals, the New Jersey, New York, Gotham FC with the big upset of number 1 Kansas City Current. Nice. Gotham FC has been playing very well. They're definitely the best 8 seed in any or whatever bottom seed any playoffs I've ever seen. They've been playing very well, but they won this weekend. It was 2-1. They won in extra time to advance. Jill Howell played the game. Awesome, good stuff. What else? The Orlando Pride. They advanced as well. Both Carson Pickett and Emily Sands played Carson Pickett was a sub late, but she was, kind of came in as fresh legs. Orlando Pride won 2-0 over Seattle Reign and the Portland Thorns. And Denia, Christina Castellanos, they advanced as well. They won 1-0 over in extra time over San Diego Wave. She started the match. This coming weekend, all 4 teams in the semifinals of the NWSL have Florida State Pro Null. So it is the Washington Spirit and the Portland Thorns. They'll be getting down on the 15th. What is that, Saturday? I guess that's Saturday. And then on Sunday, the 16th, is the Pride and Gotham City. Or Gotham FC, pardon me. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool, man. Running shit. Love that. Love to see that. And
yeah.
I'll be real. I was looking at, I had like alerts set on ESPN. Like I was paying attention to NWSL. I wasn't watching games, but I'm like paying attention to NWSL results. It's like a step in the right direction. Right? It was really cool. It was really a lot of fun. I had, stake in all the games, right? Emotional investment. It was great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little NFL stuff, right?
Yeah.
The Chiefs are on a bye, so we're not going to talk about Derek Nandi this weekend, but we are going to talk about the New York Jets. They got to win. They are at 2-7. They got to win against the Cleveland Browns. Jermaine Johnson, 4 tackles and a sack, and Asarea Thomas, 2 tackles and a pass defended. Our guys are contributing. I like seeing them, do what they got to do. Happy for them to get a win, even if I don't really care about the Jets. I'm happy for them. That's how this works. I love that we do this. The other team in New York also not having a great season, and I think they're star young. Like kind of like all their young stars have keep getting injured this year. Right, like first they lost Neighbors, and then they lost Scadaboo, and then Jackson Dart, had a concussion today. Like, it's tough. All right, it's real tough for them. They lost this weekend. They're also 2-8 on the season. They lost to Chicago 20-24, but Brian Burns continues to be a standout on that defense. He had 5 tackles and a pass defended this weekend.
Nice.
Both Graham Gano and Jameis Winston were inactive this weekend. Graham Gano dealing with an injury and ineffectiveness as well. And, they just got a lot of quarterbacks. And Jameis is the one. He's the locker room guy. At 3-6 on the season are the Arizona Cardinals. They had an L this weekend to really bad one to Seattle Seahawks. At least one of the co-host of this show lost some money on that one today. Trey Benson still on IR. I think he's going to start testing it out. I mean, he might be coming back for the end of the season. We'll see if it's worth it. Maybe if it's, they might need to win another game before it's worth it. Really, you worry about, I don't know, like coming back for what, right? Coming back for what?
Right.
Josh Sweat though. He had a tackle and a sack on the. It was a losing effort. There weren't a lot of people making tackles for Seattle, but Josh got one. The also not having a great season. The Commanders, Eddie Goldman. In that they also lost the 22-44. Wildly, like same score, but he had 2 tackles against Seattle. So there you go. Good for you, Commanders. That wasn't in Seattle. Who did the Commanders play? Whatever. It's okay. The Houston Texans. Did you see any of this game?
No, I didn't see that one.
So, I don't want to talk shit. Like I feel bad, so I'm not gonna. Right? I expected bigger
shit, man.
I just didn't expect way more out of CJ Stroud and kind of that whole Texans kind of thing. But then all of a sudden, whenever I'm like getting down on them, they come out of nowhere and they're like, "Oh yeah, look how good it's supposed to look," and etc. And it's just weird. It's just not you know what it is? You just don't know which team's showing up, right? And that's yeah, it's just it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I have found myself actively not betting on their games. But this was an easy one to picture because Jacksonville is easy to root against. 36-29 was the final score. And Mario Edwards Jr. continues to just kind of be a sub, help out. He had a tackle. On the other side, Jerry Jones is a cornerback for the Jaguars. He had 4 tackles, pass defended, and an interception. He had a great game, but unfortunately, he's on the Jaguars, and that offense is led by Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the problem, right?
Only consistency, man. All them different coaches that came through and
common denominator.
Right.
It's all guy.
Right.
Sunshine isn't developing at the NFL level. He's just not. He's not. He makes the same mistakes he was making in the first and second year.
There you go.
Carolina Panthers kind of got just had a horrible. This is back-to-back bad weeks for the Carolina Panthers. Lost to the New Orleans Saints, which is saying something. It's hard to lose to the Saints right now.
Yeah.
Their kicker, Ryan Fitzgerald, missed his only field goal attempt of the day. He got an extra point. I don't know. You don't get when you just do your job, you don't really get credit for that. You got to. It was like I understand it was a long field goal, but still, it was a close game. You got to make those 17-7 in the end. That could have been whatever. Bills, tough loss to the just unexpected, not even tough, unexpected loss to the Miami Dolphins, 30-13. My flight this morning, flying back from New York, was full of Bills fans. They were all very nice and pleasant, and I was I was like, man, I hope these guys have a great day. I bet they didn't have that much fun
at all. Damn.
Yeah. Though it was nice to see Keon Coleman get in the end zone for the first time in a few weeks. 35-yard touchdown. He only had 3 receptions. Did have 8 targets and only had 3 receptions. I don't like that math, but had 3 receptions for 46 yards, one of which was a 35-yard touchdown I mentioned. 49ers and Rams faced off, which means no matter who was on defense, there were 2 nulls out there. The 49ers on the losing side of that game, it was a 42-25 in the end. The Rams kind of dominated, off jump. But on the losing side, the Tatum Bethune, 10 tackles, and Ronaldo Green, 6 tackles and 2 passes defended. They're continuing to have really kind of coming out party with both of them. Even if it was in a losing effort, good for them. Good for them. On the other side, the Rams side, Braden Fisk played, but no stats of note. Jared Verse, only 1 tackle. Whatever the stat that matters is the W, right?
Yeah.
The big time W too, 42-26. Patriots played. They won. I'm angry about it, but
yeah,
I understand.
Hey, we still did a valiant effort. We crippled right now, man. It was a good game. They did what they were supposed to do. Shit.
Yeah. We talked about it like they could lose this and the next 2 and then rattle off 6 straight wins and still have 12 wins on the season. I mean, this is the hardest point in the schedule. This and the next 2. So, yeah, I mean, Farmer had a tackle. I'm bummed because both. I just hate when both the Knowles and the Bucks.
Yeah,
it's so tough.
That's never a good weekend when both of them lose, man. Yeah.
Well, that's your Pro No report for Monday, November 10th. 2025. We will talk about Sunday Night Football. It has recently kicked off since we started recording. So it is Steelers and Chargers. We will talk about Jalen Ramsey, Darwin James Jr. Thursday. That'll be Thursday's show. So
yep.
Yeah, man. It's nice to have something to root for, even if it is in the NWSL playoffs. You know, I will root for the Noles wherever they are, and so
wherever they go.
Yeah, it's great. It's great right now. Yeah.
Good
Next
stuff,
week,
man.
yeah. Next week, next show. Well, like I said earlier, we'll talk about that Virginia Tech preview. There's only 3 games left. Even we got to figure out what. Well, and we should talk about what we expect out of these final 3 games for the Noles, right? They got Virginia Tech,
NC State,
and then Florida.
And Florida,
yeah. And Florida's kind of a mess, but so are we. You know, and so. We'll see what happens, and they might rally behind that quarterback change.
Yeah. You never know, man. You never know.
Yeah. Virginia Tech's susceptible to a big beating, right? Like I'm not so worried about them coming out of or rallying because their coach got fired or any of that shit.
Right.
Obviously, they're licking their chops up. Every team in the ACC has gotten their ass beat by Florida State for so many years that when they see us susceptible, they're excited.
Yep. And it's crazy, man. It was funny. I was watching the Florida game, and there was this offensive lineman that transferred from Florida to Kentucky. And they go up to him after the game, and I don't know his name, but they're like, "Yeah, man. So how does it feel to, finally win?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just glad that a standard was met today." And that shit just was like, wow. Like I remember Florida getting like 35 years straight of not losing to these motherfuckers, and now there's a standard that's set.
Right, the kid on Kentucky, the kid that chose Kentucky's talking shit.
Right.
It's different, man.
It's definitely different, man.
Florida, Alabama, Georgia, they can't be 3 deep. They're the third guy. They can't pay the third guy on the depth chart what other teams can pay him, and so it's just different. It's great. I love it, but it's different, and we better fucking adjust. Florida State needs to adjust.
That's it. That's all. That's it. Yeah. It's a new environment. So you have to play as the game goes.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of that being it, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you are subscribed. You hit the notifications tab, all that. It's that way when the show is coming, We'll be back on Thursday with another show. If you prefer the show as an audio product, it's available at betyourash.com, or if you search Bet Your Ash on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, it is available via the Bet Your Ash podcasting network, BYAPN, BYAPN. And we have a link tree with all of our links to social media, everywhere else you might want to connect with us. It is / or / or whatever you want to call it, / National Show, NATIONOLESHOW. Gangsterville also has Linktree / Gangsterville, GAINSTAVILLE. I appreciate him wearing the hoodie. Make sure keeps me straight. I don't misspell it because I can just look at his screen. It works out very nicely. If you go to that site, you will find all of Gangsterville's social media links. You will also find links to all of the platforms where you can listen to his music. Go to all of them. Listen to his music on all of them. Like it on all of them. Comment on all of them. Share it from all the different music platforms. That's the best way to support your friends that make music. Gangsterville makes dope music. Lastly, national.com. It's the one-stop shop, baby. NATIONOLE.com. There you can watch the latest episode. You can find the links to our social medias. You can connect to us or with us. And you can go check out all our dope merch. We got hoodies, we got shirts, we got a coffee mug, like whatever you need, baby. Go check it out. Is that everything?
You got it, bro.
I think so. All right. Well, even when times are tough. In fact, especially when
times are tough.
It is always go Noles.
Yep, go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to the National Show with Gangsta, Fizil, and McGee.